Okay, so I had an interesting conversation the other day, and what was brought up is that this individual doesn't have time, doesn't have enough time, or said, how do you have that much time, to do what you're doing? And so I'm here to just bust the myth of there's not enough time in a week for me to do what I want to do. So I just said, okay, tell me about it. Tell me about what your week looks like and the things that you have to do. So they said, hey, I work for 40 hours. And I said, just tell me everything. I work for 40 hours. You got to sleep 7 times 8, let's just say, 56 hours. Okay. I said, give yourself 3 hours a day to eat. 3 times 7, 21 hours. Okay. This person goes to the gym quite a bit. So is at the gym, we're going to give them 10 hours of working out. Okay. It's like, what else do you do? Driving. He's in the car for 5 hours a week, he said. And these might sound like, hey, that's a lot. I'm not at that gym. I want you to go through and think of all the things that you have to do, and just write them down. Just write down all the hours. So, working for 40 hours, sleeping for 56 hours, eating for 21 hours a week, working out for 10 hours a week, driving for 5 hours a week. Once we went through all the necessities, or everything, and he's like, yeah, there's probably another 6 hours that I do other things. So 5-6 hours. I said, okay, add them all up. So 40 plus 56 is 96, plus 10 is 106, plus 21 is 127, plus 5 is 132, plus 6 is 138. 138 hours of working, sleeping, eating, working out, driving, 5 or 6 hours of leisure time, and it's probably more than that, but 138 hours. Now I want you to quickly add up how many hours are in a week. Okay, 24 times 7 is 168 hours. 168, subtract 138 hours of doing all of this, all the things that keep me busy. And what do we get? Those of you that are good at math, we're left with 30 hours. 30 hours on this busy individual's, maybe it was 45 hours and maybe I don't go to the gym as much, but there's 30 hours left in this entire week. 30 hours that I don't know if the waste, but we choose. We're probably in reactive mode on those 30 hours. We're not conscious about those 30 hours. So after doing all these things, you still have 30 hours to accomplish what you could do. You could run an entire separate business in 30 hours. You could spend more time with your kids. You could spend more time with your wife. You could go to the beach. You could do so many things in those extra 30 hours. And I'll be honest, most of us probably have more than 30 hours. If you are very, very transparent and honest with yourself, because that's all that matters is what you want to accomplish and what you want your life to look like, we probably have more than 30 hours at this given time. Unless if you were living the absolute life of your dreams, you probably have a lot less because you're conscious about your vision, you're conscious about your time, you're conscious about your energy, because time and energy are a finite amount. Okay? At some point, we all die and we run out of time and energy. So you need to be conscious today, tomorrow, on a weekly basis. It's so imperative to take time, go through this exercise. Say, I have all of these things, and then subtract it from 168. And then go back and look at your weekly RPM block, your plan that you created for this week. And I want you to really, really evaluate, because you probably told yourself, I don't even have time for that. I don't have 1 hour to give. That's what it takes me every single week, 1 hour to plan out my week. I don't have 1 hour to go after the vision that I want. I mean, what are we really saying when we say I don't give myself time to live the life that I really want to live? Okay, so I want you to go through it, go through everything that you do, subtract it from 168, and then be very conscious of building the rest of your week.